Briterion Bollection is back. Briterion music now. I'm your host, Kevin. I'm here with my good friend and colleague, Kris.
How you doing?
So, over the weekend we had an unfortunate passing, and that was Angie Stone, great R&B singer. She had a terrible accident that cost her life, and now she's singing, dancing in the next dimension. But we wanted to, as a kind of little segue from Black History Month into Women's History Month. Unfortunately, she passed away kind of in the middle of this transition, and Kris, I wanted Kris to say a few words because he's a big fan, and he actually was lucky enough to see her live, right, Kris?
Yep, with B. Many years ago.
What year was that, do you know?
It's probably in the 2005, probably. It was a while ago. It was a long time
So
ago.
20 years ago. Dang.
Yeah. Started with Anthony Hamilton and Toshi.
And who is Toshi?
He's, I believe he's Japanese. He's a very good soul R&B artist.
That's
Surprisingly amazing voice.
Right.
Nothing like you would expect if you listened to him on the radio. You might expect him to look a little different. But yeah, he was good. It was a great show. She was amazing. She's a top-notch performer. Her music is just very moving and very emotional, and she's been around for a long time. And unfortunately, when things like this happen, people open their eyes and they realize that we've lost a really great artist who was a big influence. I know she did stuff before she was a soloist. I didn't know that. I went back and listened to some of it, the sequence, and there was another. She's been on a few. She did a little bit with Mantronics, and there was another group that she was with, and just an amazing artist. She was very happy and passionate about life, and I watched her podcast from, I don't know, it was like a couple weeks ago, and she was just talking about all these projects. She's acting, she's working on an album, she's touring, she's selling hot sauce and coffee. I mean, it was just really tragic, She's 63, young, vibrant, amazing talent. She's going to be very much missed by millions of people who are really into R&B, and I know I'll miss her, and it tears me up when, an amazing artist who had, so much more time probably to create more memories and more music and more things in the universe is upstairs now.
Yeah, it's really sad, really unfortunate. And she, I first got wind of her like late 2000s or late 90s, early 2000s. I was in high school, and this whole neo soul movement like kind of came out. So there was R&B, throughout the 90s, TLC, R. Kelly, SWV, and then the sort of mid to late 90s, you got Aaliyah, and she kind of had that futuristic sound with Timbaland, and then kind of in a response to that, it was like this East Coast, Philly, New York connection, the Roots and stuff like that. They were kind of backing bands of these other R&B guys who wanted to do something a little bit different, playing instruments and stuff like that. So you got D'Angelo, Angie Stone, like I said, the Roots, Maxwell. A lot of people came out of that. A lot of hip hop dudes were working with them, and that's basically what they call that movement, neo soul. And I really remember her getting big out of that movement. Jill Scott was part of that too. Did you ever see Jill Scott, Kris?
I never had the pleasure.
Oh, okay. Um, yeah, like that was the whole thing, and that was getting pretty big. So that's really where I first caught wind of Angie Stone, and I didn't realize that she had a kid with D'Angelo actually. So one of her, like her son is with D'Angelo, and I didn't realize that. So that's a nice neo soul family there. Um, so this just so happens to be the first episode of Briterion Music. I know it's kind of a short one. We'll get more into other topics later on, with different guests as well. But thank you for your words, Kris. And I wanted to get some feedback from someone who actually saw her perform in the flesh.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that, Kris. Thanks for joining me, and thanks for listening to Briterion Music. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Peace.
Peace.